right. Let's get into another DVD record album show-off session. Okay. These are the original DVDs of a TV show called The Night Gallery. And they fold out, and I'll show you. They fold out, and there's a lot to them. And they're very impressive. Let's put it back together. First season, second season. This one does the same thing as the first season. And then with the DVD, third season, they got cheap. And they made it like this. And that's what the inside looks like. And I think this show was 1970 to 1972, or maybe 1969 to 1972. Anyway, interesting little stories narrated by the Twilight Zone guy, Rod Serling. All right, and here are the new editions of that. Season 1, Blu-ray. Season 2, Blu-ray. Oops. And Season 3 Blu-ray. And the difference between this one and this one is these have a lot more commentary on the episodes. And they have a few, I guess, extra features as far as like documentaries about Night Gallery. All right, that's the DVD part of this. Oh, also, Night Gallery is really good. Well, I think it's good. Some people may find it boring or whatever. Who knows? Who knows why anybody likes anything? Okay. This is a new comedy album I got. It's Dap Sugar Willie from North Philly live, and it's stand-up comedy done to disco music, believe it or not. Here's the little insert that came with the record, and you may recognize Dap Sugar Willie from episodes of Good Times. He was Lenny the Looter with the big fur coat, and he'd open it up and there'd be stuff inside he's trying to sell. Anyway, the inside of this thing has Sounds of Philadelphia with the 3 Degrees. They were on Sanford & Son, and I actually have this album. And, I don't know, Billy Paul, Going East, Backstabbers, OJs, Billy Paul, Ebony Woman, the OJs, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Black and Blue. Anyway, those are some of the albums autographed on that sleeve, and here is Sugar Willie and Lenny from Good Times, and I think Sanford & Son and a few other shows. And this thing, well, it's okay. Don't pay a lot of money for it. He's doing stand-up, which is, it's good. His stand-up is good, but there's music behind it. It makes it kind of strange. Anyway, Dap Sugar Willie, and he is Lenny the Looter from Good Times. All right, let's get into a band I saw the other night called Zeke. This is Zeke's sticker, Zeke guitar pick that came with this little Zeke 7-inch that I bought many, many years ago at a show in Las Vegas where the main band didn't show up, and Zeke was the warm-up band, and they're from Seattle, and they were so impressive I bought one of their little records. And it's a double 7-inch set. One song on each side. Every song, all 4 songs are just magnificent. Just crazy, catchy rock and roll. All right. And here is an album I bought at the show I recently went to in fabulous Hamtramck. And I had the rhythm section autograph it because the guitar players were nowhere to be found. And this thing is called True Crime. Side 1 is studio stuff, side 2 is live. And they had it for sale at the merch counter, so I gave them some support. Alright, this is a 7-inch that came free with a record order I received in the mail. And these are the Activations. And I'm not sure where they're from, but it's on Big Neck Records, and this is good. It's got 3 songs on it, and it's really good. It's great when you get a free record, and that free record turns out to be something that you would pay for. So, if you're digging Zeke, you'll dig the Activations on Big Neck Records. Okay, we'll get that back in there. There we go. On to the next album. I won't take these out. I'm just going to show these as kind of a goof. But they are groovy, and I like them. This is the original soundtrack to the James Bond movie Thunderball. And the reason why I got it is because there's a song, I guess called Thunderball, sung by Tom Jones. Plus the album cover is really cool. And here's another album, Tom Jones live at Caesar's Palace. Oh, you can't beat that. And one more Tom Jones record, The Greatest Hits. And it's got all the great songs, like What's New Pussycat, It's Not Unusual, She's a Lady, Delilah, Help Yourself, Daughter of Darkness. What a great record. All right, here's another record that I got. This is the Blowtops, Insect Mind, and this thing came free from the same people who sent me this one free. And it's maybe worth $2. It's kind of interesting, but nothing really, really catchy. I can kind of understand why they gave it to me for nothing. And this is the record of the Blowtops. All right, let's get into Werewolf Jones. This is the 7-inch Werewolf Jones, 4 songs on it. Werewolf Jones is a band from Detroit that are kind of similar to the Stools, but kind of not. So if you're into the Stools, or the New Bomb Turks, or even Zeke, then you'll dig Werewolf Jones. And here's the Werewolf Jones album that I've shown before. And this thing called Premium is Premium. Very exciting record. And I showed you those 2 things that I had shown you before because I'm showing you this. This is the brand new Werewolf Jones album. What's this thing called? Rot Away. And what's in here? Oh, a sticker for Big Neck Records. Anyway, this thing is very similar to this thing, yet it's not. They kind of get different on this, but doesn't make it any less or more than this. Just makes it different. Again, very crazy, thrashy, garage rock. Songs are catchy. You can tell that the band actually put some work into how the song was going to sound and how it was going to be memorable. And wow, this thing was recorded by Bobby Hussey in Madison, Wisconsin. Anyway, great Detroit band, Werewolf Jones. And you know how they'll make several, I guess, versions of a record on several different colored vinyl variations? Believe it or not, the rarest one of this album by Werewolf Jones is on black vinyl. There's only 80 of them. So now they're kind of turning things around and making the black vinyl the rarest. Okay, let's get into a really, really great, wonderful thing that I paid some money for, but not too much money. This is a compilation album of of just the greatest bands ever. This compilation is called Nothing Short of Total War, Part 1. Let's see what's inside here. What's that? Oh, it's a little CD thing. They got cheap and didn't print this as big as this. Anyway, this thing advertises some records from Blast First Records in England. Let's put that back in there and let's get into this record album. Here's what it looks like. Blast First. Here we go. Nothing Short of Total War Part 1, a Blast First compilation with Sonic Youth, Head of David, U.T., Big Black, Dinosaur Jr., Rapemen, Lee Rolando, Scythian Youth, Butthole Surfers, Big Stick, Arsenal, BFFP13. And this thing has different versions of songs that you may know and love. Like the Butthole Surfers song, Jimmy. You know it from the bootleg or double live bootleg thing that they put out, and you know it from Hairway to Steven. But you've never heard it like this. This is a very different version of that song. Big Black, Kerosene, very different version from, what is that, the Automatizer record has that on it. And then the other bands I've never heard of, and they're not as good as Big Black or the Butthole Surfers, but they're pretty good. The Rapemen, that's kind of the Big Black guy's side project. It's good. The Dinosaur Jr. song is great. The Sonic Youth is great. Every song on this is good. Strange, weird, noisy, and wonderful. Nothing short of Total War. If you see that at your local record shop, even though he may want like $30 or $40 for it, it's worth it. It turns you on to a lot of great bands you never even heard of. Whoever put that together was a genius. All right, here we go. This is... Well, first let me show you this. This is the Plasmatics Beyond the Valley of 1984, and this is the American version. And my copy of the American version had a skip in the song Summer Night. And it wasn't a repeater skip, it was a jump forward skip, and that made it irritating. So, I was looking for another version of it, and I found this. This is the Canadian version. You can see it's much brighter. It is a lot brighter. There you go. And this version from Canada doesn't skip. So I had to have it, and kind of wasn't cheap. I think I paid like $40 for this thing. Here's the little thing that came with it. Stiff Canada. Selected by shoplifters, ignored by intellectuals. And it's some advertisement things of Canadian bands on Stiff Records. Oh, and by the way, I think this thing is a masterpiece. I love this record. Then again, I'm a huge Plasmatics fan. All right, let's keep on digging the Plasmatics. This is Metal Priestess on Stiff Records. And here is the inner slip with the lyrics. And there's the disco. Also, this is, I consider it a masterpiece. Especially the song Black Leather Monster. Wow, that's the most righteous thing ever. Look that up on YouTube, Plasmatics, TV show Solid Gold. All right, here's another little record. This is Part-Time Filth. And this is for people who are fans of the Schizos. If you love the Schizos, you're really going to dig Part-Time Filth. This thing is a wild listen. In fact, it may be even wilder than the Schizos. So if you're digging them, you'll be digging Part-Time Filth. All right. Now this record is called Public and Domestic Plumbing and Sanitation Volume 2. It's Sonograph Sound Effects Series. All right, let's try to explain what this thing is. What it is, it's recordings of different types of plumbing. Like I would put microphones, tiny microphones, and stick them onto pipes and then wait for those pipes to do their thing, or water pumps. Anything that transfers water from one place to another, this has a recording of it. Side A, shower hose attachment, toilet flush, draining bathtub, exterior water tank, draining kitchen sink, dishwasher drainage, bath tap, squeaky tap, shower drain, overflow, gurgles, kitchen sink plug hole during washing machine cycle. This thing is the most entertaining record I may have. Unbelievable. You can get your hands on this thing. It's from England. Put it on during a party, and I guarantee you people will either leave or love you. And this is what the record sounds like. So if you dig the sound of plumbing, whether it's working good or it's busted, this record is for you. Public and domestic plumbing and sanitation. That's what you'd want to punch in on the computer if you were interested in buying that crazy thing. All right, here's another crazy thing. I went and saw these, I think it's it's three people. It's called Bestel Mouths. Yeah, Bestel Mouths. I think they're from Oakland, California. I got them to autograph the record, and it's kind of, I don't know, I guess you'd call it ministry type industrial dance music, and seeing them live was far more entertaining than listening to this record. I mean, this record's okay. I sort of dig it, but seeing them live they were really, really more intense than what they portray on this record. So, Bestol Mouths. And this came with it on the inside, and I think it's a lyric sheet. Yeah, it's a lyric sheet. Alrighty, here we go. This is the new John Waters 7-inch, and what John Waters is doing on this is reciting Johnny Stanley. Yeah, he's reciting little, I don't know, poetry. Well, not poetry, but little stories by Johnny Sandley. Wow, that's written small. Yeah, Johnny Sandley, or Stanley. And the record looks like this. So if you're into John Waters, this might be something that you would like to hear. Side 1 is It's in the Book, and side 2, Proud New Father. And if you want to know what this is all about, I'm sure it's on YouTube, and you can check it out. It's on Sub Pop Records, and it's John Waters. All right. This is a picture disc of the Queers and Sloppy Seconds. The Queers do a song by Electric Light Orchestra, whoever they are, and it's not very good. Sloppy Seconds do a song by a band called Sweet, and it's called Action, and that one's much better. Alrighty. And here is Vong, live at Surf City. And this is a punk rock band from the late 70s. And it's autographed to me by Metal Mike from the Angry Samoans, 12/13/2003, Las Vegas. Oh, and also this thing is the best thing you've ever heard. I'm in Love with Your Mom, Too Animalistic, Punkmobile. Every song on this thing is wild, crazy, Angry Samoans type punk rock. All right, last but not least, what is this? I think that goes with what I'm about to show you. Which, what I'm about to show you has things that go with it that are somewhere. Anyway, this is the soundtrack to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. A masterpiece of a movie and a very calm, sedate soundtrack. There's what the record looks like. And there was something else that came with this. Anyway, is this thing a must-have? Yes, it is. Is there anything crazy rock and roll or punk rock about this? No, there is not. Watch the movie, and the movie really puts the soundtrack in the right places for the scenes in the movie, and this is the soundtrack to that. Nice, calm, relaxing music to a movie that was not calm and relaxing. Amazing. Okay, that's the end of this. I got a lot to clean up here. Alrighty. My next video is going to be showing a Cramps record that's been delayed.